and welcome to the next episode Inside the Brains podcast, the podcast that asks things like what are we even bothering with anymore. I'm your host Dom the Yoshi, and it's December, I guess. I wasn't prepared for this, as you can tell.
And Nostalgia is here. My videos are actually going to be up. I'm going to give one more preview for my channel return soon because I'm uploading a batch of commercials that I'm hoping someone's going to identify. I think Don knows what I'm talking about, though.
Yep.
We're going to talk about a different topic today. Just one that's kind of on the wavelength of Nostalgia Month, but a little bit more personal. This is what I want to talk about. Kind of wanted to talk about what our school, any events in our schools. Well, for one thing, I'm doing so many finals, like statistical models and database systems, but there's really so much papers that I had to remember, not to mention all those mini projects with analyzing components and pushing them together. But I really do miss my older days of school with meeting with my friends and doing these big clubs. I wonder what other school memories are worth bringing up.
I try to just block all those out, honestly. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just us for now, last stars. I probably won't be live stream, but one thing I do plan on doing is stars that they can relate to you. So I'm probably gonna film a tier list later tonight. It's either gonna be for FGN or like a Skylanders thing. It's gonna be one of the two. I was gonna do cutting half the roster, and I realized, wait, this wouldn't work because I haven't played the last two games in like 6 years. So it would be unfair ranking certain characters, so I might just do the first game. This is where we do our thing, where we also just check every day the update stuff.
We just got another 4K right now.
Yay.
Yep. It's the episode with the most crude answer.
How many times are you gonna upload the same crap?
Very good question. And I might do like every immediate clear for the 5x5 if I have the time and not to mention the right number of subs.
Yeah.
Because I really liked when you showed that exclusive puzzle stream because it kind of showed how a bit of a downgrade Family Brainsurge was because it wasn't able to repeat some puzzles with good potential.
Well, someone else made the frickin' thing. Same thing as me. The only difference was my 310 was actually in good quality. Yeah, there's mine. There's the worst episode, but there's clout for Ben. He's probably not watching this. So I'm comparing the two shows.
I think you saw my show.
There's my reaction to it. Just re-upload. Lance did a compilation. Copyright infringement. Brandon.
Hey, clout. But
more copyright
he got
infringement.
lucky
More
because
Jesus Christ. Can people just stop freaking stealing and re-uploading our crap for God's sake?
I really don't get it. But
that involves that's also freaking illegal copies.
And here's
we'll just have this side thing for now because I'm not looking at that.
It was so weirder when we were in school. We had no idea how critical copyright infringement was because we just wanted to watch things, watch cartoons on YouTube when we wanted. I mean, I can't tell you how many times we've seen those Nicktoons encodes of Rugrats and Rocco, but then they keep striking them down.
You know, piss me off. My things will get claims or something. And it's like, Oh, by the way, here's a recommendation. Someone watching like the entirety of SpongeBob. It's like, oh, because they're reacting to it. You let them get away with it, but I can't show 5 seconds of Double Dare.
Yeah, it's just so weird. Now, here's a here's a I have a bit of a fun memory of school. Uh, After running the mile, we went into our classroom, and our teacher was trying to get one of the smartboard to make our presentation about like how proud we have been to run the mile. But then trying to make it work, she tried moving across the room, but then she tripped over the desk, and it was hilarious. She wasn't injured, but it was just a very hilarious moment of physical comedy.
Oh, I actually didn't have to really do the mile because my freaking allergies and my asthma freaking prevent me from doing that. Thankfully, my asthma's not as bad as it was originally, but I'm just saying. But like I wasn't good at like running, doing the mile or something. So they just let me sit out. Thankfully.
Yeah, I know. I was glad that I was glad that they also did like the sports for the disability class because I worked at like the volunteer center for those with disability, throwing the balloons and then using like the wiffle balls with everyone. That was a good
I
sport
did
for
that.
them.
I think I did. It was technically community service or volunteer work during my senior year. I did some children's museum that I worked at. They did like parties and stuff. I worked there for about a month.
What was that like?
It was interesting though. It was very thing. It's weird because this was like 2018, so it was a lot different. People actually
Yeah,
cared about things. Oh, Stars had a question.
and I
Have we ever gotten a copyright strike? Yes, twice. Once was
yes.
back in 2014 when I did the Family Game Night stuff. This is back when the show was still airing and they were striking videos. It's interesting when we go back though, because you go back on the show. I might just show this, but it's interesting because when the show was airing, I have old copyright claims, but when I start uploading the episodes regularly, there was literally no copyright claims. Let me show this. So we have this was the commercials. Well, some of the Brainsurge, these were because of commercials. Like, it's fine. They're not too bad. Most of it's commercial specials. The Family Feud thing is, this was because of some stupid music in a video that caused 2 episodes actually copyright claimed. Yeah, a couple. Most of them were just commercials, and like it just. The weird thing is for this particular sing along, this one got copyright claimed, but the original video didn't. Because that makes sense. The Legends thing was stupid and blocked. Or Nick Arcade things got blocked. Those are thankfully on my Terra box. Wait, how the hell was the Game of Life copyrighted? Oh, some random stupid music. I don't even know how. And then a couple of the most of which is like older videos. I
Still
didn't.
feel bad that the old Internet Archive got damaged for us.
Well, the good news is
We had
this
so
video
many
in
good.
particular, this season 1 slime compilation, thankfully I fixed. Yep. Yeah, this is the video that actually got removed. The old FGN stuff actually got copyright claim, which is interesting because if you look at the stuff now, it's perfectly fine. Yeah, never got copyright claimed. And there was a thing I uploaded some Double Dare stuff from a trade. I think it was last year, and one of the episodes got striked because it was on Prime. The episode was on Prime. I didn't know about it at the time, and that got striked. So my thing was just
Struck for an episode that was not on Prime. It was the Double Daredevils, aka the episode with the missing third prize plug.
the weird thing is I used that in my fails compilation. That one thing.
And Jordan Fringe used that in his Nick Gas video.
Yeah, the thing for me is like the best thing you do if you get a strike or something is it expires after 3 months. So just be careful what you post for 3 months, and you should be fine. Thankfully, I never had anything super major like getting my channel taken down or anything.
Yeah, and on that reminds me when on the topic of computers, I've actually finally applied for a real good job. They finally opened up. Have you heard of Code Ninjas?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah, it's basically teaching younger children to code, and it had not just computers. It had good building toys, good coloring stuff. It helps them brainstorm, and this would have been the perfect place for me many years ago. I would have learned to make video games while making marble maze and drawing fun art. Now I'm going to be at a place where I can teach kids how to code and help them with their problems, and it's going to be great. I already told you this, but do you know how much harder it is to get a job now than it was 2 decades ago?
Yeah.
Outrageous. And I'm not even talking about the economy. It's just that it's the competency of what a person is expected to have for any job, even something as simple as grocer.
Because Gen Z, yes.
I re- I seriously remember looking at these early generations. 10-year-olds could easily get newspaper boy jobs or even milk milkman assistant. Everything just feels so everything just feels so complicated now. And not only is it not fair, it's just going to send a very conflicting message to the following generations. And and another, what was like the best part of working at that volunteering at that museum?
I'm not sure, honestly. It was just like helping set up for the parties and stuff. Sorry, I'm just looking at these scounders tier lists in the background and I'm just shaking my head at half of them.
I swear, I'm glad that so many things are able to make the are going to be made into tier lists. It's like ever since what was it, quarantine, they blew up.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, like some of this makes sense, but I'm just shaking my head. Like, how is like one of the worst characters in the frickin' stays category, but the community's stupid at times when it comes to things. I'll just say that. My favorite is when
Other
people.
thing,
No, the thing I hate is when.
hmm,
Because I'm not gonna fault them for it now, but I remember Blake made that like season one tier list, and his tier list made like no sense.
yes,
It's like, what if we
yeah.
put 116 as 34, and then we put the worst episode? We said the worst episode is. And we're like, oh, what if we put the worst episode as like 140, or like we put
I feel
130 in the F tier? It's like, really?
I feel like he was doing it on like tech on a technical standpoint, like how it was edited and the lighting. It was I kind of could argue that was his bias.
I know, it's still 135 as freaking 31st. Really? And you put 109 above that.
I didn't get it. Now, oh, here's something that I looking back at that old Nickelodeon lore, it turned out there was a thing called cable in the classroom where they showed like the educational shows during not just Nick Jr. hours, but like the crack of dawn so that teachers could bring their TV in for daily use. And I remember those TV days and they were extra fun, especially watching Bill Nye and like all those other weird obscure VHS.
Yeah, I remember specific ones. Bill and I, we watched a bit. Magic School Bus.
Yes.
Uh, we watched a little bit of Arthur.
I remember I remember one I remember one year we watched, I think it was the Sesame Street arc where Big Bird's nest gets destroyed.
Oh, we didn't watch it. I think we watched a teeny bit of a sing along in one of my classes, which sucked. We didn't get to watch it that much. I don't remember what else. Watched a little bit of Song of Music, I think. Watched a little bit of Sing in the Rain. What else we watched? In my 11th grade class, I think it was science. For Christmas, we watched the SpongeBob Christmas special.
Awesome. And oh, but another thing, looking at school, they kept making us watch the same movies for English class: Of Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird. Oh wait, there
I
was
did
one
not
more that
see
they.
To Kill a Mockingbird, but
Oh, Great Gatsby was the other one.
I didn't see that either. I think I can
Then
say
they,
something. There is something I think we can all agree on in the chat.
yeah,
Some of the books in Mystery were completely effed up.
yes,
Everything. So this person freaking dies. Like, great.
yeah. I was like, what the hell was the point of that?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know what the book was. I don't know if it was The Outsiders or some freaking thing I watched. But I remember
and
we
that
were
was another
watching.
movie that we saw.
No, we were watching one of the videos. We were watching one of the movies, and they literally had a. I'm not gonna say the word because we try to stay family friendly, but there's literally a scene where the character gets freaking sexually harassed, the R word, on camera, and they had us watch that. And I'm like, what the what is the point of this? We're watching this, and this again, we're in like I don't know what the hell grade where it was like eighth, ninth, 10th grade. It's like we're barely watching this in English
I
class. We're
think
watching
To
someone
Kill a
actually get
Mockingbird
sexually
dealt
harassed
with
on
one of
camera.
those scenes. Not, I I think it was To Kill a Mockingbird, or maybe it
No,
was a different adaptation of
it
it.
was
I'm
not To Kill a
thinking of the
Mockingbird. I did
original
not watch that.
version.
That it was something else.
Okay, but
Yeah, there's one thing I
another,
forget what it was. I think this was The Outsiders. I keep confusing the books. There's another one where these kids literally freaking killed a body or something. Someone they had to
yeah,
hide a
I'm pretty
body.
sure that
Like,
was the one. Correct. It was Outsiders.
yeah, there's a different one I'm thinking where the kid got harassed. But like,
But so many of those books, they really, some of them just get more dated by the generation, and the morals just don't really work.
yeah, like
And
there's a lot of
there was one.
just
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot of just videos we watched where it was like a really messed up or something in our class, and I'm just like, there were a couple movies like decent ones I remember watching. We watched Moana in the my one class. I actually really that was the first time I seen it. It was really nice.
Yeah.
We watched Shrek 3, which was
Eh.
eh. I mean, I watched the fourth one. It was kind of eh.
Another. Oh, I remember a bunch of times I remember in elementary school they put on a double feature of the Rugrats movie and the Jimmy Neutron movie. Goat, right? Those were those were great. And oh, I almost Like Mike was another big one when there was like a snow that we were almost snowed in, so we watched that instead. Let me think of another. There's one more movie that we really enjoyed. I think it was oh I think we Holes. Everyone watched Holes in elementary school.
Yeah.
That was a really great movie.
I'm just randomly scrolling through things on here because I have nothing else to do.
Uh oh. Hey, there's my big project.
Hey.
It real
I believe you
Yeah.
said you're going to upload the file gas, right?
Huh?
Didn't you say you're gonna do the file dev gas, upload that?
Correct.
Are you
That's
just
gonna
gonna
be
upload
on
the?
its
Are you just gonna upload the last 6 hours? Because it's just gonna be repeats.
I'm literally gonna do one on the 30th and one on the 31st in case someone misses it.
Oh, I was gonna say just do like the 11 to like 4, and because the Nick Arcade thing's incomplete, you have the episode, right? The complete one.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter since the episode's been online since before that day.
I mean, I was gonna say you could have just edited it at the end or something, so it was complete.
No, well, there was another great little special that we always love watching class. Do you remember Donald Duck and the Math Magic Land?
No.
there was like this educational special where the Donald was going into this math world and he was learning all about the shapes and all about the angles, all about probabilities. It was a very weird Disney special. It was a really fun little project.
We have a question. What made me want to start watching game shows and post them on YouTube? So I think it was 2014 when Family Brainsurge was airing on like Nicktoons. I wanted to film the stuff, and then I wanted to just film the stuff and be able to watch it later, so I just upload them to YouTube. So that was the main reason. I didn't expect them to actually get views or anything. Yeah, I didn't expect them to get views or anything. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I didn't expect them, to get views or anything. I didn't expect people to actually watch them. Again, my most viewed video was one of those like Talking Tom videos out of Born, which is like 500 views, and I'm like, that was good for me. And then it's like, I did the Brainsurge stuff, they just blew up, and I'm like, wow. And the other thing is like, yeah, there was like talking in the videos because I wasn't used to doing non-commentary stuff. I also didn't know how to hold a camera, and like, all the videos were in parts because I didn't. I'll just say this: I didn't know how to start combining videos till like frickin' 2020 when I figured what Microsoft Photos was on my computer, and I started doing that with the Scrabble Showdown stuff because I figured how to edit things together. Which
And
I
I had a
still,
similar problem because my computer didn't have like screen record until 2022 when I finally was able to stop doing it manually.
yeah, I think it was like 2021 or something is when I started like using Bandicam and stuff to record my videos, and then I just started using Streamlabs and everything. It's one of those weird things, like, because I remember I used to have a thing, because I remember when I used to, like, this is when the archive was originally up, and the videos got taken down. We had 116, 108, and 128. God, I picked all the awful episodes. I would just I would use my phone to record the screen, but my phone would be stupid with storage issues because I had a crappy phone back then, so I would just use my GoPro to just film my computer screen, which is why there was, like, the red light was flickering off the computer. I mean, it worked. Do I use OBS? I use Streamlabs to record my stuff. It usually works a lot better for things. I originally used OBS, but I think Streamlabs is better.
And there was like another. Looking back, when we in our school days, they're like, okay, family brain. It was like when we see Family Brainsurge after all these years, we're like, what? Why did they wait all this time to air this stuff? I was like, this is so many times where so many people just stop watching Nick because of the internet. So, and I guess you took advantage of it by uploading to begin with.
I think the GSK stuff or something, I remember just seeing things for, like, for real, too, and I'm like, wait, what? And I remember watching halfway through 305, I'm like, I guess this is still on. Yeah, for those wondering, I did technically see
Yeah,
337 when it aired the first time, but I was on vacation when it aired the second time, so I didn't get to see it.
and another interesting thing is that so back in those, I still remember it being anticipated on those Nick premieres because it was like everything people talked about on Monday, whether it was Saturday or Sunday or Friday nights, we wanted to see the stuff. It was big talking points with a good circle of friends, but now we literally text about this the moment it shows up because back then we didn't have our phones, and most people who did were just the flip phones.
Yeah. Okay, question for me. How did I get on my Swap Force founder? So, a good amount of them I actually bought when they uh were out, so I did that. I had some of them, and then a couple of them I ordered on eBay because I did the collection video last year, and then I found the Scounders character list site, and I just bought a ton of those off that site, and then I have Spires Adventure I'm 100%, Swap Force I'm 100%, Trap Team I'm missing Breeze, who's now off $200, so no. Uh, Supercharged, I'm still waiting on the Power Blue Trigger Happy because that thing's never in stock. And then Imagineers, I'm just missing like the expensive guys and Hard Boiled Flare Wolf. So yeah, most of my collection's complete. The only reason Superchargers collection is being delayed is because that one frickin' figure. Because they have the site and they have the figure online. It's like, well, I didn't get the update. Guess what? It's already sold out. Great. Yeah, it's just the thing that's interesting, Nicole, is like aside from my consoles, like the main things that really stayed from childhood collection were most of my Skylanders and then my VHS tapes. Because when I did that sing along collection video, 90% of them were 90% of them were from childhood, and then when I did the update video, I just went on eBay and got the missing stuff.
Oh,
I
oh yeah,
think the
another good day.
sorry, I think the only ones I'm currently missing are just like specific versions or like the box art, but just like I'm not gonna bother wasting my time with that. Like I think the rarest one I have, or the ones I was able to get, were because you know they had the Zippity Doodah one. Because the purple one I got out of sheer luck on eBay, and then a long time ago, and then the red one I just randomly found. So I managed to get all the rare ones. Do I have any Scounders from Giants? No, I have three. I have Lycor Hex, who came with the pre-order like a decade ago. I got the Chase variant Green Gilgrant because why not? And then I got Swarm years ago just to get the Giants thing. I really don't plan on collecting Giants because it's just DLC to the first game.
Oh, there was another good time in our childhood when there was like video game day. Like it was like once a month we got the Wii and we play like not just Wii Sports, but they had like the Mama's Cooking or your Smooth Moves, and I think it was the first incarnation. Oh, Super Mario Galaxy, along with Mario Kart, the first incarnation for the Wii.
The interesting thing, that was the first time I ever actually played Mario Kart 64, because someone brought an N64, and that was the first time I actually got to play it.
We took the world by storm. It went from Japan to the U.S. in all deliberate speed. It was amazing.
Yeah, like, the thing is, the Wii U, I owned one, but, like, a lot of people were saying it's not great. I actually do have something I want to showcase on cameras, because I got this a couple years ago. Where is the form? I need to find it on... Where? Oh, okay, I got it. I think Stars is actually gonna like this, too. So what this has, let me get on the camera. My camera is, yes it is, okay. Show my, how do I, how do I get to the thing? Okay, so I have,
Uh,
sorry, let me just show. So I
ooh,
got this at a, it's mirrored, but I got this at a Fleet Market. So we have, this is from 2013, so we have, thing about the Wii U,
ooh, so great.
Mario 3, it's mirrored, so this is gonna be hard to say. 3D World, Zelda, Wii Party U, and Mario and Sonic. This is gonna be, the problem is this camera's mirrored, so it's very hard to see. Wii Fit and DK. The worst Sonic game and the game they no longer support. That's the thing, it's like Skylanders you can still like play. Disney Infinity, they just gave up on it. Oh, there we go. It's mirrored. You're gonna Skylanders Swap Force on there for U stars. Just Dance 2014. This is back when they didn't grind out a bunch. Game and Wario for you, Nickel.
lore again because it showed how much of a big era this was for people like
The
us.
Mario and Luigi controllers. I have mine in the living room, but I have the Yoshi controller. The old eShop cards, the 3DS XL, which I own. My Circles pad is still broken. The thing that nobody wanted. It's like, hey, imagine the DS, except you can't fold it down. Pokemon X and Y. This is the most credit Mario Party Island Tour is ever gonna get because this game is a pile of trash. If people want that, just watch me play. Just watch me stream all the boards. Sonic Lost World. Swap Force for 3DS. Disney Infinity. Again, nobody cares. There's an Adventure Time game. Then we have some more games.
That era in 2005 to 2008 where
Oh shit, did not mean to. I was trying to get rid of my camera and accidentally unjoined. Good job, me.
the stream's over.
No, I just
Never mind, it's
accidentally.
back.
No, I just accidentally. No, we're good. I just accidentally unjoined the VC. Ben said saw the original commercials for 313. There's a Mario Kart 8 commercial on there.
Wow. I really love seeing those very early commercials from like the 2000s Nintendo, and it was very, again, it was just so cool to see how the brands evolved.
Yeah, I think we can all admit though that like the Wii U era commercials were all cringe.
Seriously, we were in an era where commercials were almost as entertaining as the actual shows because they wanted to keep us in front of the TV.
It's weird how like for the Brainsurge stuff like we'll watch the stuff and then we won't care about the commercials and then like 10 years later we'll start watching the commercials.
Because it made us realize why we were engaged in some of these brands. Like I realized why I was so engaged into like Trick cereal, not to mention the Crave. There was another good all those video games, of course.
Well,
Hey,
because I just watched like the British version of Finders Keepers and I saw like few differences. The first one is just like the teams are green and yellow, and instead of getting finding out the picture of the drawing, you need to do is just like there's 8 squares and you have to match like what the answer on the square of the question is. Like for example, what's the fruit that strawberry short blah blah blah, and you find like it's the wrong number. You have to keep it on your head until another question is asked related to the answer, and and depending on how many squares you got, it's just how many rooms you will search. And there's a super search and something like that. It's too much to explain, but the host is more likable. He's more like yeah.
Wesley's
And
decent.
the cool thing is about the British version of Finders Keepers, you have 4 minutes to search all the rooms in the final round. Imagine that on the American version.
Well, then everyone would frickin' win.
No, sometimes I've seen some losses. In previous seasons they call in their series they have 3 minutes before there, and yeah, and the prize for losers are not that good. They just give like a goodie pack of glove, how you call it, the cap and just accessories and
Because the
Walkman
US
from shit.
version was somewhere to Double Dare, where it's like you get a prize for every room.
But
Yeah.
but when Dom showed me the Australian Double Dare, they put like real effort into the set, arguably even more effort than the American version. But they were like they spent way too much money on the set that they had nothing for the prize, so they just went to the local supermarket to get stuff.
Oh my god, yeah, they had a bunch of just trash.
And like what it seemed like in some series before is just like Neil Buchanan, like the contenders are introduced in beginning the fourth series, they started like searching up the room and then introducing the teams like 2 times. And before that, they just come down the house and introduce themselves and say some jokes and what they like, and that's about it.
Because the thing I posted of like the first U.S. episode, I'm assuming, was I remember like the several early episodes had the interviews at the start, and then later were like at the second room.
Also, Finders Keepers UK has an amazing soundtrack. Hold on, hoping you don't get copyrighted and shit. It just depends. I don't get why you can upload videos, but streaming you can. It's just so damn stupid.
No, you
Into a
can't
soundtrack.
upload those on YouTube. You can watch full frickin' episodes of SpongeBob on YouTube, and you're fine. Or I'm sorry, React. But if you show 2 minutes of a Double Dare episode, they frickin' nuke you.
What the hell? Let's do a soundtrack.
Let's not forget what was that other weird chaos that wasn't there was another weird YouTube chaos that wasn't there.
Let me show the intro real quick
Saber-
before I get doomed of how it sounds. It's just really good.
He's showing this.
Just real quick
That's
before I get doomed. Find the people. This kid's shouting or
That's a
something.
cool intro.
No. He comes doing this shit.
The house where you can do all
Look
those
how
things
cool the host he is real quick.
you can't actually do at home because it's our house. Whose house? Yes, it is. It's our house. You can go.
I
bunkers
bet
in the
Wesley
bathroom, you
and
can go
Larry
courageous in the
can
kitchen,
even do
and
that.
you can
Oh,
go-
forgot to mention a cool fact. There's some episodes that appear celebrities on it. Like not as contestants, not as guests, as Jeremy's Joker. I don't know how to explain it.
they
You have
did that
extra
for.
things.
I mean, the U.S. had that too. There were 2 celebrity weeks, but I'm pretty sure only 2 episodes are found because they never aired on Gas, and they're just lost media.
Like this is what they do. Like real quick, they just go searching like at the beginning before they start the questions. In here, they just have to match like the squares of the question.
Ben
They
said
don't. They
that's
have to keep it on
Ben
their
said
head.
that's one of the Lost Beatles.
5.
And
Yeah, you're wrong. You keep going, and then another question and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because I'll just show Nickel. Here's the. I didn't watch all the episodes, but here's some of the stats for the things, the episodes,
yeah,
and you can
Let's see if
see
they
like
got
some
it.
of the prizes that were on here. It's like what the hell.
skateboards are the grand prize. Okay, there's a Nintendo. Bike as the grand prize. Okay, there's a Best Western Hotel. Pizza game, briefcase, quiz board, Donkey Kong micro game.
Yeah, that
was
was
so
the first
random.
guy. This was the second thing. Where they suck.
Vampy, even though they have like 4 minutes on this episode, they still lost.
Well, yeah, the weird thing is, Nickel, like, for the last 2, they had a similar thing to the Fox version, where they would just switch. They had the lights correct, but they would just switch the placements for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other guy, this was the episode we watched. Yeah, the grand prize was like a Bose music thing, an aquarium for one episode.
You're looking for a crab. That's what you did brilliantly, and you got yourselves 7 rooms. What prize did you get, Jeremy?
This is how they get after getting 7 rooms.
You just won yourselves a flying lesson. Yes, now's your chance to actually pilot a 4-seater lightweight aeroplane. But don't forget to give us a wave when you go over our house. Absolutely fantastic.
That's about it. A flying lesson. A freaking flying lesson. They don't get something else for 2 more rooms.
Yeah, I only
What
have a
the
couple of the
fuck is
episodes.
this?
I couldn't find the episode, but there was. We were watching. It said there was a lost episode. Someone got 870 points on the version. We literally can't find that episode, though, sadly.
I bet like the other team lost searching rooms and they got 3 points either way.
No, not this. I'm saying the Double Dare thing.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because
And this is
remember,
what they
I
get for the
showed
loser. This is what
that
I'm
we
talking
had-
about. What
What
they
have we got
lost.
for them,
How
Jeremy?
shit it
As
is.
well as my Joker prize, that's a scuba Walkman, you have won a sweatshirt, baseball cap, watch and badges, yo-yo, personal organizer, and much, much more. That's all in your very own Finders Keepers goodie pack.
They give only a goodie pack, and that's about it. They don't give something else. I mean, I never see more episodes, but I bet there will be more different prizes for the winners.
we
But
seen the because
yeah.
remember the one episode I showed, Dex, the team got $975
From where?
on the US version.
What they get?
No, I think I have the stat. I actually have the stats on here. Let me find it. Let me find the episode real quick.
And again, seeing all
Let
these
me find
Oh,
it.
sorry, I forgot.
inside games.
Where was it? It was no, not this one. It was this episode. Because they basically just got everything on here. They got Eastpak bags, sunglasses, skateboard, and a bike. Because they got the instant fries, and then they just burnt 30 seconds in the last room. Because I'm assuming the producers didn't want them to win.
Let me show you real quick what I have to do on the next round of that game show before I get doomed. On what they have to do. Let me put the real speed. Oh, fuck this shit. Oh, hey, when
Dude, you premium
So
for
let's check on the
20
scores
freaking
at the end of
dollars a month. Or you can just be smart and do it on the computer.
So
and
I
just
can do
count my
here.
stats.
Pick a number. What
And-
you team? The bit where
they
we
put the speed. They put the speed real quick, so I know, boy. Oh, fuck, wrong thing. Go back speed.
And
This is the bit where we
another
start out the men
thing
and the boys.
that
Oh, the girls. We still got 4 rooms up for
another
grabs.
thing
So who's going to be
that's
ready now? Who's going to be going on a
still
success to win the star prize?
really
Who knows? The bit where we sort out the men from the
really
boys.
cool when I look at some of these game show reviews is that they don't have all the stats, but we're coming over to these people to tell them that we got the stats, and now they're really even more fascinated
They
with
don't
these
even
shows than they
try
were to
or
begin with.
something.
Like, and even some of the shows that don't involve stats, like Off the Wall, they're literally better versions of other shows, like the one Nick show that we never want to talk about.
I mean, I don't see what's so equal about that game show either way. It's just different, at least for me. Just you're on, it's just you're harassing people around.
Oh, the girls. We've still got 4 rooms up for grabs. So who's going to be raiding them? Who's going to be going on the super set to play for the star prize? Who knows? Let's find out. Do you remember
And
this?
it's also
Yeah, there are
really,
scores.
and it's
Eight numbers,
also
that's
just
you,
really
Nine knows 8
fun
numbers.
to
We've got 8 answers. I have got
see
4
people
questions.
be
What you team's got
funny.
to
I
do
mean,
is
I'm
find out where the
still
correct answers-
enjoying rewatching Figure It Out. I watched the episode where they got the shutout with the
As
ferrets,
usual up there,
and they were
behind
just
those 8
being,
numbers,
they
we've
just
Put
got
it
gave up on
aside.
the final guesses,
I've
but it was
got
still so
4
funny.
questions. What you teams have got to do is find out where the correct answers to my questions are. Each time you get a correct answer, you get to raid a room,
Anyway.
and you get yourself a very valuable 50 points. The
Oh,
first
they're
room we're
talking.
gonna
Oh my
start
gosh,
raiding
they're
for
talking
is
about
the fantasy room.
they're talking
which
about
this
what would
week
you do in
is an
the
undersea
knickknack
world.
server,
So it's a bit of a sea theme to it. And don't forget, in there we've got
aka
Jeremy's
Paparina's
Joker.
thing. That's
So,
going to be his
Greens,
next
I think I'm
video.
going to let you start because you're trailing
Yeah.
a bit behind at the moment. So, Sam, this question is for you. What
They have to
do
do here.
monkeys like to eat? Pick a number.
Number 3.
What do monkeys like to eat?
Oh, is this just luck? They just have to
Get it all around
guess?
their face. It's horrible, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
They
You
have to
found
keep
it, but
keep
Oh,
that
that's-
on their
that's
head
fucking
so if they
dumb.
get an easy
Find
question.
and keep. You
Yeah.
might need it later on. Okay, Nicola, this is for you. Still for the fantasy room. What do you hold wallpaper up with? Pick a number.
5.
What do you hold wallpaper up with? Ice cubes.
Oh, this is like the
You've had
thing
it cold
fast event,
wallpaper,
except you don't
wouldn't
get
it?
to look at the
Okay, Dan,
freaking
see if
board
you can do any
beforehand.
better. This is still for the fantasy room. What? Oh, hold on. Here we go. What does a hippopotamus
Wait, just need to
roll in?
reconnect.
Can you remember? Pick a number.
3.
What does a hippo roll in? Yes, it is a horse. It is a
They get
horse.
Jeremy's Joker.
You'll be raiding the fantasy room,
Lol.
and you've got yourself 50 points. And watch out for Jeremy's Joker in that fantasy room. Okay, you yellows. David, this is one for you. What would you put in your loft to keep your house warm? Pick a number. Pick a
6.
number 6. What would you put in your loft? Yes, you would.
They got it already without even knowing.
Brilliant. Loft insulation. You get mum and dad's bedroom, perhaps the most out-of-bounds room in the world? We shall find out. Well done, and you've got yourself 50 points.
I like
is
this
now
better than
for
the drawing
study.
version because more
Greens.
harder.
This is a bit
Well,
of a
this also
team
would
question here,
take
so either
way
of you can
longer.
answer. What do monkeys like to eat? Pick a number.
This is really
What do
simple.
monkeys like to eat?
Yeah,
Okay,
think
They
Fast
get
has its
money,
big
they get
legacy.
money.
Their mouth stuck, wouldn't
It's
they?
pretty cool.
Okay, yellows. An open question. Either of you can answer. This is for the study. What do you hold wallpaper up
Oh
with?
my god, really 8.
You think it's number 8? What do you hold wallpaper up with? Yes, you do. Well done. Yes, you will be rating the study, and you've got yourself 50
In
points.
the
So come on, you
early
Greens, some
seasons, there's
catching
called
up
like
to
a red
do.
herring because if
What
you choose
do
that number,
monkeys like to eat? This is for the
take a
story.
point
What do
away.
monkeys
And
like to
I'm
eat?
not
Pick a
sure. I've
number.
never seen
Number
that
10.
before.
What do monkeys like to
You have
eat?
to avoid those numbers.
Yes, and the crowd go bananas. Well done. You'll be rating that room, and you've got yourself 50 points. So, at the end of that game of find and keep, the scores are: the green team at the moment have got 2 rooms to raid with 125 points, and the yellow team, they've got 2 rooms to raid with 175 points. Yes!
He seems like a
So,
cool
okay,
guy.
you yellows, you get
Also,
ready
this
to
is a
raid.
guy
You
who
greens,
hosted
you're
Art
coming
Attack.
with me. That's it. Over you come.
Yeah.
Because we are going to go to the fantasy room at the moment. You're
The only bad thing is just like if you don't search a room, the other team gets like 25 points. In the second round, they just gave the team 50 points. Either way, not sure if that's how in the American version works
It was
or if
similar,
it's a
but you
sport
gave
one.
more money away.
But yeah, I'm
Oh,
not gonna
speaking
show the
of-
rest because I would do.
Did you see the knickknacks thing for get the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he gave.
The wrong command. I pressed the freaking wrong command. Yeah, it's just shocking. Yeah, and I agree with him with some of the power searches. Like, they just have to edit it out or just don't put them at all. Like,
The weird thing is he
what
mentioned the pictures one.
if it fixed the frame problem
The
on
weird thing
the
is he.
screen pictures.
The weird thing is he mentioned that one, and it's like the win rate for season 1 is literally 50-50. But he didn't talk about some of the. I'll show the thing in a minute. Hold on, let me just check the space.
I know what you're talking about there. Sorry, I'm not
Let me-
headphones in.
Seriously.
Let me find it. I didn't do season 2 yet, but I'll show the thing real quick. Because this was the stats for. Yeah, because you can see the things. Airport security was literally never won until season 2. There were some other AZ, yeah. And then you have like the other events.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so here was season 1.
I don't get why in some episodes of What's in Common they didn't get it. It was too easy. Like, how
Yeah,
do you
then-
not get both?
I didn't do season 2, but if you can see the ones that are green are the ones they won. Because airport security, they had people win. This only has
I
one
wonder
power
what's gonna
surge.
be the last episode set for Philip thing, and I can't remember the other episode about Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
I'm assuming based on the outfits, it's gonna be
because
like
this is one of the lost ones. Well,
I forgot.
friend,
Anime
was someone in
Mechanica.
the comment section on Dave's video mentioned the 2 lost days. A couple of them. There's something surprised me because there's a couple of those. Something that surprised me is like how Funaka Rowan and people managed to fail it, which is stupid because it's the same pairs every single time. Yeah, see,
That power
someone
search
failed
is
there.
matchmaker.
I mean, when I found that
shouldn't
out, do you know
exist.
how much about when I found that out? Do you know how much of a letdown it was to me?
Yeah, like it's literally the
Huge.
same thing. 1 and 11, 2 and 15, 3 and 14, 4 and 10, 5 and 12, 6 and 16, 7, 13, 8 and 9, and then the fall that rhyme is always 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's always the same pattern.
And another thing that's, and I still really liked how he plugged Nick Gas because it literally aired there all the time, despite having a few missing episodes.
Yeah,
I'm
because
surprised
still-
like Nick Gas didn't air some lost episodes. Like that game show air all the time, but they
No,
forgot
I'm
to
pretty
put some
sure they
episodes
did
in.
air
Like what the
them.
hell?
I'm pretty sure they did because the 2 episodes we couldn't find the what was it? The Justin and Rosie, and then the let me find what's the other one? Jeff and Sharon. We did check. It was checked. I'm pretty sure those did air on gas because Ryan has the episodes, but 201 and 230 did not air on gas because we checked the schedule because they aired the episodes in order and those episodes were skipped.
Let me check 230. I guess that was between like Adam and I can't remember the other girl's name. That looks like Caitlin from 123.
I don't know. There's an unknown
Chris,
somewhere. We don't have
because I'm sorry, I'm looking like based on the outfits of he wear the power surges because I didn't want time of clue me in on this season.
Yeah, we have this thing that me and so the ones that are blue are ones we're mostly certain on, but not 100%. What the hell? This is.
I mean, I have another playlist for me. I think it's the opposite.
Why
Who
is
knows?
this like
I
trying to
might
give
be
me
wrong.
There we go. Okay. The ones that are mostly blue are mostly 100%, and then the ones that are bold are 100% confirmed. So these two.
Okay, I don't get how these two are gonna be like to the end because the outfit doesn't match.
Well, it's
there's no data
it's according
source.
to the gas schedule though, the one that we were given.
Mm-hmm.
208 we know thanks to Mike himself because he showed the audition thing. 216 we found thanks to someone who was channel surfing and found the episode. And then the only other one we know is the final episode because it was shown in a production video.
Let me see. Let me go search up because what's the other missing episodes that appear? Oh, I don't know.
Ones that are like in brownish color. So again, we don't know 100% of the code, so this could be wrong. We're not 100% on all these.
I was about to say.
I still hope we find out why some of these episodes were either lost media or then some, because actually we want to do that more for Finders Keepers because that has a majority missing.
Yeah, let me show that instead.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about Finders Keepers. Sorry for interrupt y'all. But the cool thing about Neil is just he tells the contestants that you're warm, you're cold, like how close they find the object to be much easier. I don't think Larry does that or Wesley does that.
I don't think they're allowed to do that, actually.
I mean, but in the British version, Neil did that to the contestants. It'd be much easier to find them.
No, there was an episode, I think it was one of fails in season 1. They only got 2. It was there. The clue was the clock, and you can literally see Wesley pointing to the clock, and the contestants are too stupid to look.
They need more glasses, or they don't deserve to be here.
Yeah, because I assume there were 4 per taping session, and I assume this was day A in particular because the interviews are at the start. Wesley, the way he's talking, it actually does seem like the first episode they did. And I learned a thing, which is most of the room romps they do. The top, which is, because I showed the top 4. The bottom, which was the bottom floor. So basically in the first round, the left side or the right side. So I did that and figured out a pattern. Yeah, the bulls are the winners. We figured out kind of tape they sync to newspapers. These are ones that are incomplete. We learned these thanks to Joey and the newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I figured there'd be 4 episodes per tape day, so we have that. And then these were the later episodes.
It's much harder to find the taping dates for Finders Keepers because Wesley changes outfit frequently. The price is not the same. The pictures.
Well, the best way to tell is the room layout is always going to be the same, regardless of the tape day. And then Season 1 in
It's much
particular,
harder.
Season 1, the instant prize is always the same in the consolation. Season 2 is the same, but the actual prizes. Season 3 is definitely the hardest because it's always the it's only the rooms. In this one, we found. I learned this thanks to a contestant who posted their episode, but unfortunately, it's not complete. This one we learned thanks to a master tape, and then these are just extra episodes we got from newspapers.
You know, I realized about you, your character growth about this game show. Like 1 year ago, you always said like, I don't care about that fucking game show. Let me skip it. And now you're just interested in it. Like, what happened?
I don't know. I'm just interested in like older game shows that think fast. Because I mean, I love Brainsurge, but like, there's a waiting period. So
I think Pop Arena helped us, right?
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. I mean, I also did a thing. I remember it was like 2021 or 2020. Yeah, it was 2021. I'm like, there's a lot of old Nick game shows I haven't watched. I'm gonna do a thing where I watch a bunch of old game shows, like Finders Keepers, Think Fast, and see what I think of them. Because that's how I learned about stuff like Make the Grade, Think Fast, Finders Keepers, stuff like that.
That's how like Neil introduced the contestants in the early seasons. In later seasons, they just go out. They just go around.
Yeah. This one has
And
been
Yellow
confirmed
Terrors.
to have.
How original.
Yeah, this one has been confirmed to have a winner because someone commented on one of my winners videos and said they gave details saying here's what the rooms were in this episode, stuff like that.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
And we also know that there's at least 2 more Double Dare winners that we don't have. One is from 1987.
yeah, and then thanks to an archive site, I know there was contestants saying Mickey and Ken because a contestant actually commented on one of my videos and said, "I hope you can find my episode." And then
That's interesting. No, there's no contestant of my videos commenting. I appear there. I need to find my episode. Like, no, they just appear. They are found, and that's about
and
it.
then it's been confirmed on the archive thing that the Celebrity Week had. There was a full week with each celebrity, but we can only find one episode, and they never aired on Gas, unfortunately.
Let me show you like how Neil introduced the contestants. They just tell a joke or some shit in the early seasons. Serious, like in British English.
And they're very terrible. Who are you?
I'm Claire and I've got a joke to tell you.
Go on then.
What do you call a hedgehog in a pile of leaves?
I don't know.
Russell.
Boom, boom. Who are you?
My name's Colin and I've got a joke to tell you.
Go on then.
What goes black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white, splat?
I don't know.
A penguin rolling down a hill.
Let's meet the Green Meanies, see if they're any better. Bring them on.
I love how Neil calls the teams different nicknames like Yellow Terrible, Green Meanies.
They are from Newcastle this week. Hello, you Green Meanie. Who are you?
I'm Karen and I'm very accident prone, so you better watch out.
Uh-oh, and who are you?
I mean, my nickname's Shortbread, so I better use me love in this game.
You better have. They're the teams. This is the house. Let's go and play.
Yeah, how original. Great.
And also, in a side note, I'm still watching the Prime Time game shows, but I really enjoy watching Prices Right now because they have really fun games. A bunch of them are 50-50, but a couple of them are like 33 chance, but they just have really good lore. I mean, I'm not sure if you know this, but our friend streamed The Record the other day.
I can't show footage of this, but I want to. Okay, let me just see what's on.
See how
Twitter as of
terrible
now.
this introduction are compared to the American version.
But seriously, The Price is Right really is one of the most quintessential game shows ever.
Imagine that they just cancel it for no reason, like one day. It just could be over for the game shows. I don't know.
I mean, they canceled Family Feud, I think, twice. The first time was because after Dawson retired, the first time in '85, they canceled it and then brought it back in '88 for Combs. Then they canceled it again in '95 when Dawson did his second run. And then they brought it back for '99 with Anderson, and then they just kept it going.
I bet, like, if they cancel, like, The Price is Right, like, the old people would be sad, but new generation wouldn't give a fuck.
But I keep forgetting that Peterman hosted Family Feud for a bit. That was such a
Same.
weird era.
I forgot about the other guy. I forgot before Steve Harvey. I can't remember his name.
I remember
And
the host. There was Dawson, Combs, technically Dawson again, Anderson, Karn,
Oh, Anderson, Louis Anderson. Thank you.
yeah, Karn, John O'Hurley, aka King Neptune, and then Steve. It's
Wait, Kid
interesting.
Neptune from where?
from SpongeBob.
SpongeBob. He
Uh,
was also on that one. He was also the doctor on the Drake and Josh episode.
Oh yeah, the ones like he overcharges the
No, he
family
broke
for
when
nothing.
Josh breaks his foot. It's that one.
Oh, is he the one from the Bat too?
No, it was the exclusive doctor. But anyway, I still like watching Family Feud too because it's like a really good engaging game with the whole family, of course. But you have no idea what the answers may be, so you have to really shout them out.
Speaking of Drake and Josh, probably I'm going to a Comic Con they call it here, Nostalgia Con, so I can hopefully meet Drake Bell or Nathan Kress. If anything, any questions, you can leave in the comments
Just be careful
or
when you
in
meet
the
Drake Bell, considering events.
Like he's having a concert next Saturday though. That's a good thing.
Now another thing that's
I'll probably meet person from Net's Declassified too.
I'm really
I've
kind
heard
of
of
lost
that.
interest in Ned as well.
You lost interest? What the hell?
Well, they've been doing the same rants about their podcast that I've really lost interest. They keep complaining that they're not getting a reboot, yet they kind of are manifesting why. The show really wasn't that popular, and their idea of a reboot is derivative of another different show's reboot.
Well, that's how they do. I don't even care. Anyways, if anything, I can give a shout out to the chatter or surprise or anything from Nathan or Drake. Who knows? If I had a chance.
Now another great show that I've gotten into a bit thanks to SRGA was Pressure Lock because I'm really trying to get back on that strategy that the infamous player used. I think his name was Michael Larson.
He was an ice cream truck guy.
Yeah, we watched that too. Give me a minute. I gotta freaking mute my thing. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks.
So, isn't it cool to see all those primetime game shows again?
Yeah, sorry, what I was gonna say was because we watched I had two Pressure Lux we watched on stream, and then there were two that Ray sent me that I didn't watch yet. It's one of those things that I'll record. People will send me some game shows, and I end up not watching them. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
they're
Give me a minute. I'm Christ almighty. Sorry, my dad's on a business trip, and my mom's gonna bother me the entire freaking time.
oh, oh, this is news. Eminem's mother passed away. Oh, wow. That is quite news to me, but now, yep, that song Headlights is blowing up because of it.
It's like an hour. I'm probably gonna end this because then I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
stream it again in like a few hours.
yeah. I yeah, this was pretty filler. The next time, I'm hoping we might do like a holiday theme, like another good Christmas stuff.
Yeah, we'll have other things. Don't worry, folks. We'll actually do things.
Uh, yeah. Thanks for everything. Anyway, I hope the stream goes well.
We'll be probably live again in like 3 hours. So yeah, there we all.